Okay, so good evening, everyone. Am I audible, guys?
Yes, sir. Yes.
All right. How are you all, everyone? All right. So let me share the screen and let's start today's class. Okay. So first, guys, is my screen visible to all?
Yes, sir. Yes.
All right. That's great. Okay. So in last class, whatever we have discussed, we will just revise the things. Then we will continue our today's class. Correct? Okay. So in last class, we have seen just wait, guys. Okay, so in last class we have seen how to download and install Anaconda Python. What is Anaconda Python? What is Anaconda Python, guys? Can anyone tell me what is Anaconda Python? So this is what? Python distributor. Anaconda Python is what? Python distributor, where you can download all the Python related software within a single we can say single what we will call it, with single software you can download all relatable software for the Python. Okay, how to download the Anaconda Python? So we have to go to the official website. What is the official website? www.anaconda.com, right? So here you will go, you will see the free download, and we have seen all the steps, right? How to download it. And we have seen one more alternative, which is downloading the Jupyter notebook. Downloading the Jupyter notebook using pip command. Okay, so how to install it using pip command? We will open cmd command prompt, and in command prompt we will write this command: pip install notebook, right? Once it has downloaded the packages, then you have to write one more command, which is Jupyter notebook, and it will launch your Jupyter notebook, right? And you can see here also steps are mentioned. Okay, then we have discussed about compiler. So what is a compiler? Compiler is what? A translator. Okay, compiler is what? A type of translator which translate our all code at once, right? So first of all, what it do? It perform four steps. One is read, verify, translate, and store. After storing, it create one object file, or we can say one executable file, right? And it provide to the CPU. And we have discussed about what are the programming paradigms. Programming paradigms are what? Like POP, MOP, OOP, and FOP. So these programming paradigms defines what? Set of rules and regulation for writing what? For writing programs, right? If you are writing program in Python language, you will follow Python paradigm. Okay, which paradigm followed by the Python? OOP. OOP means object oriented paradigm, correct? So this much we have discussed. Now we will start our today's class, which is day 7. Today is day 7. So let's begin with day 7. Okay, so this is day 7, full stack Python course, right? So here what we have to study today, we will see what's the difference between, okay, what is let's discuss today what is the difference between compiler and interpreter, right? So what's the difference between compiler and interpreter? Can anyone tell me?
Compiler is run the whole program at the time, or
Mm-hmm.
interpreter run the program step by step.
Right. So when there is a program, and if there is a program, so program is what? A program is what? A source code, correct? And if it is a source code, it will be in high level language. What is high level language? High level language written code is in simple English. The code syntax similar to the English, that is what? High level language, or we can say the syntax more understandable by the human, that is what? High level language code, right? So this high level language code can be translated into two ways, with the help of interpreter. Second one is compiler, right? So there are two types of translator, but what's the difference between both? So interpreter will execute your code line by line by line, but compiler execute your code at once, right? So who will be fast? I mean, which compiler will be fast? The compiler which is executing line by line, or the compiler which is executing all at once? Tell me.
Compiler.
Compiler. Why? Because it is executing, it is translating all the code at once, not line by line. Interpreter, what will do? It will take one line and it will read, verify syntax, and translate. And for the next line it will do the same, for the next line it will do the same, for the next line it will do the same. So will it take time? Yes, each translation of line will take some time. That is why interpreter is slow and compiler is fast. After compiling all the code, after compiling all the code, compiler store the code into the memory and create one object file. Okay, create one object file. That object file further translated into .exe file, and .exe file is what? Executable file. And your processor CPU execute what? .exe file. Okay, the application softwares which is
Repeat that.
ready to use, that is .exe. Yes, anyone have any doubt?
Sir, repeat.
Okay.
Sir, repeat.
Yes, yes. What I'm saying, when your compiler will execute all the code, so it could be 100 lines of code, it could be 1000 line of code, or it could be 10,000 line of code. Correct? So this much of code, when compiler will translate, so compiler requires some space to store that code, right? So compiler, after translating, compiler will store that code into what? Into the memory. So after translating that code, it will create object file of that translated code, and that object file will be stored in the memory, right? And this object file further will be translated into .exe file, executable file. Let me show you one example so that you can relate it more. For example, here we have VLC player, right? So this VLC player is what? One shortcut, but actually the location of this VLC player we can find after right clicking. Okay, so what I was saying, in order to check the actual location of this software, what you need to do, you need to open file location. So if you will check the file location, so you can see here, this is the application of VLC player. Okay, so if you will right click over here, and if you will click on show more option, so you can see the property, and in the properties you can see this is what .exe file. Can you guys see it properly? This is an application which is ready to execute, or we can say this is a translated code. Just you need to double click and it will execute. So it is what .exe file, which can be processed directly by the computer or CPU, we can say. Right, is that clear?
Sir, yes.
Okay, so let me just write the comparison so that you can get more clarity. Should I erase this or should I keep it as a note? Tell me guys, suggest me guys. Should I erase it or should I keep it?
Keep it.
What about others?
Keep it, sir.
All right, okay, that's great. Who is Sangeeta here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you are the Sangeeta. All right. Okay, Sangeeta, we'll keep it. Okay, so now let's let's so let's talk about the difference between compiler and interpreter. So for that, I'll just create one table here. So here we will write compiler. Okay, and here we will write interpreter. Okay, okay. So the first point is compiler. Compiler display all errors after after compile after compilation. Correct? Right, so it will display all the errors after compilation at the same time, all at the same time. Correct. Next, interpreter is what? It display all errors of each line, or we can say it display what we can say simply, it display one error at a time. Right, or we can say it display all errors of each line one by one. Okay, whatever errors are there in one line, in single line, a single line can have more than one error as well. So first it will display all the errors from one line. Okay, so it displays. Next point is next point is faster execution. Okay, so it execute code faster than the interpreter. Okay, and it executes slower compared to the compiler. Slower execution. Correct. Next point is, so what it will do, it create intermediate code. And what's the mean of intermediate code? That intermediate code is nothing but object code, and that object code is stored into the memory. Okay, so we can say intermediate object code store in the memory, right? No intermediate code required, right? So there is no intermediate code required to store into the memory because it execute single line at a time, right? So there is no need to store in a memory, but we can store in a cache or some other small memories, right? So next is what? Okay, so these lines of code, I mean these three line of comparison are enough for you. Otherwise you can increase the comparison. Okay, but this is enough to understand compiler and interpreter. Correct? Does anyone have any question? Swati, Sangeeta, Saubik, Aisha,
No, no, sir.
and Pankaj. No question.
No,
Okay,
sir.
good.
No,
So
sir.
let's proceed further. Okay, now the next question is, what is Python? What is Python, guys?
Python is a high level programming language.
Is it? So when you will search Python, what you will see? Before the programming language, people knows Python as snake. Getting? So after combination of A, B, C and C language, we got Python programming. Okay, so Python came into the picture. Then uh, then you are searching Python, so it is displaying this logo. Otherwise, before this, Python means snake, right? So what is Python? So do not say snake. Python is a snake, but in our as a developer, Python is a programming language we have to understand. So Python is a programming language, right? Python is a general
So
purpose programming language. Can anyone tell me what's the mean of general purpose? Can anyone tell me what is the mean of general purpose?
परफॉर्मेंस मीन्स वेब डेवलपमेंट डाटा साइंस एआई सब फील्ड में यूज होता है पाइथन.
Okay, anybody else?
All can understand, like
Uh,
anyone can understand.
you mean general people can understand?
Not like that. It's easy
Okay,
to understand.
okay, easy to understand. Easy
Yes.
to understand. That is not general purpose basically. Easy to understand means it's simple. Simple means easy to understand. But here general purpose means you can use Python for the web application. You can use Python for you can use Python for AI. You can use Python for ML.
Research.
You can use Python is for scraping, right? So you can use Python for web scraping, right? And you can use Python for what? Cloud computing, right? And what we can say, what are the other uses of Python? Python can be used in testing, means all type of domain can be handled by the Python. Okay, Python can be used in data science, correct or not? Python can be used to design the games. Okay, Python can be used in cyber security. Okay, so are you understanding what's the mean of general purpose? It can serve all the purposes. One language can,
Multiple fields can use.
yes, it can be served in multiple fields or multiple domains. That is the mean of general purpose. Is that clear to all?
Sir, yes.
Okay. So next, what we can say? We can say this language, this language is used for developing any type of software or applications. Okay, it is the mean of general purpose. Next point is what? Python is Python is a high level programming language.
Run from the any platform.
Yes, we will discuss that. Yes, Python is what? High level programming language. High level means,
Human readable,
high level means
English, like English.
human readable programming.
yes, it's correct, correct. Okay, and we can say high level all high level languages, all high level languages are what?
C, C++, Java,
Yes,
JavaScript, Node.
JavaScript. Yes, yes, correct. But all high level languages are written in what? Written in simple
English.
English. Correct? All high level languages are written in simple English. Right? Okay. Next, what we can say? Python is Python is multi paradigm programming language. What is programming paradigm?
It is nothing but to follow the certain rules and regulations. Set of rules and regulations for the writing program.
Yes. Paradigm means specifically paradigm means set of rules
Rules and regulations.
and regulation. Right? And multi paradigm means many. Multi means many. So it supports, who support? Python. Python support what? Many set of rules. What does it mean? Python is multi paradigm means it support all type of rules and regulations. Correct? That is the mean of multi paradigm. Right? So a programming paradigm defines set of rules and regulations for writing program, right? Python is what? Python is object oriented programming language. Python is object oriented programming language and also support other programming paradigms. Okay, like for example POP, MOP, or we can say PFOP, right? Or we can say SOP, right? So these are the paradigm supports by the Python language, right? So why we are saying here, like what we are saying here, Python is what? Object oriented programming language, and also support other programming paradigms. Okay, like for example, in when we talk about object oriented, so everything is in the form of class and object, right? For example, when we talk about class and object, for example, if you are writing a equals to 10, although we will discuss about the identifiers in detail, but right now I'm telling you, in other language it is what? Just a variable. In other language this is just a variable, but in Python it is what? It is an object. A is what? Object, which is holding one integer class value. Okay, when you will check the type of A, how to check the type of A we will discuss, but you can say we generally write type, and if you will check A, so it will display you like class is what? Integer. If it is a class integer, if A belongs to the class integer, so A is what? Object, right? For example, there is a class called animal. Okay, so animal is a class. Animal is what? A class. So what will be the object of animal class? For example, cat. For example, dog. So these are the example of animal class, right? So we can say a class is what? A blueprint, and objects is a real world entity, physical entity, right? So whenever we are talking about object oriented programming, here we will talk about class and object. But in Python, what you can do, you can write functional programming as well. You can create functions, procedures as well first. But right now let's do not go into the depth, but I can just show you one example so that you can relate it more in better way. Okay, so what I will do, I will just open here Colab. Let me open it here. So how to open Colab? You can search simply by typing colab.google. Okay, will it open? Okay, it is not opening. Otherwise, we can simply write Google Colab. Okay, so if so, what I will do, I will click on the first link, right? And what I will do, I will click on new notebook, right? Okay, so here what you have to do, you have to go to the new notebook, but let me just take the screenshot of this as well. So you have to search Colab. If there is an issue in order to install the Jupyter notebook, you can work on Google Colab. Okay, both are the same. Right, so first of all we have to search Google Colab, and we have to click on this link. After this you will see this interface, and here you have to click on plus button, new notebook, right? So once you will click on new notebook, it will take some time to load the notebook. Okay, so now it has started our Colab interface, and here you can write your Python code. For example, if I'm writing here a is equals to 10, right? A is equals to, I'm writing 10, right? So how you will check the result? You can click on this run button. Okay, so if you will run it, you will not see anything. Okay, so it has executed successfully, but there is no output because we are not printing anything. So what I will do, I will write here print a. So if I will execute this shell, so I'm getting output is what? 10. But I want to check the type of a. What type of a? Okay, so I will write here type. Type is a function which we can use, and I'm writing here a. So if I will execute this cell, so it is saying integer, right? It is saying what? Integer. But it is not displaying it as a class. But if you will execute the same thing in IDLE, right? So for example, if I am writing here a is equals to 10, print a, and if you will write here type of a, so can you see it is printing what? Integer class, right? So in both way you can see the output. Okay, so it's better practice before working on notebook. You should write the name of the notebook. Okay, so I'm writing just day 7 only. Okay, till now we haven't started the programming. We are just learning the definition of programming. We are learning just fundamentals of programming. Okay, we will soon after 2 3 classes we will completely work on program, but before working on program, fundamentals should be clear. Okay, because in interviews, interviewer asks the fundamental questions, right? So we should not skip the fundamentals. Correct. So here we are doing, we are assigning value into what? A. And what we are doing here, we are printing data, what data is stored in A, and we are checking type of the data. So A is containing integer type of value. So 10 is what? Ultimately 10 is what? Integer. Correct. But it is not displaying in the form of object, although we should understand this is the integer class. But on IDLE you can take the idea that it is what? Integer. If you are not understanding this, do not worry about it, because there is a dedicated session on the variables, or we can say identifiers. right? So this 10 is what? Integer. 10 is what? 10 is what? Integer. Integer type. But what is this integer? This integer is a class. And which class? Integer class. So 10 is what? An integer object. Who is storing that integer object? A. So A is what? A is what? Can anyone tell me what is A?
Variable.
Yes,
Object.
you can
Variable.
say variable, but more correctly, more specifically, you can say A is an object. Okay, or you can say A is what? Identifier. But which one is more correct? Object. Because Python is what? Object oriented paradigm. Python supports what? Object oriented paradigm. That is why more correct is what? Object. Otherwise, if you are saying variable, that is not wrong. You are saying identifier, that is also not wrong. But which one is more correct? So more likely correct is object. Is that clear, guys?
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Yeah.
Okay. Next is, let's discuss about the next. Okay. Now let's talk about applications of Python. Okay, so what are the applications of Python? What are the applications of Python? Applications are what? Application mean in real time where we are utilizing the Python language, right? So we can say in real time, or we can say software companies uses Python for developing developing what? Software or applications, right? So whenever you want to develop an application, for example, there is a client requirement. I want to create one software and I want to develop some XYZ software. So if you know only Python, if you know only Python, you cannot help that client with the software because only Python cannot create the software. So in order to creating the software, what you required Python, which is the important. Second thing, you should know one library or framework, right? So this is required to develop a software, correct? Okay. So let me just write here as well. Why it is moving. Okay. So we can say for developing what? Software or projects, a person required two things. Okay. So what are the two things? One is Python, knowledge of Python. Second is what? He should know one library or a framework. correct? Now the question is, what is a library? So what is a library? So
Inbuilt function.
yes, a library contains what? A library is a set of predefined programs with, or we can say which, sorry. So when we talk about a library, as I already told you, when we create the function and we are creating another function, we are creating another function. So if you will combine all the functions, so this is what a library in some simple terms. In simple terms, specifically I am telling. So this is what library, and in library each function provides some functionality. Each function provides some functionality. Yes or no? So each function provide some functionality. So that is what library. So here we can say a library is a set of predefined program with pre-written functionalities, right? And we can say a language uses libraries for developing different types of applications, right? So for example, if you want to work as a web developer, so web development related library you will use. You have to work in data science domain, so data science relevant libraries you will use. A language uses library for developing different types of applications, correct? And now the question is, what is a framework?
When we want to build application as per customization,
Mm-hmm.
we can use a framework like example Django.
Yes, yes.
At
uh,
one place you have to work.
that is also true. For example, when you want to do fast work, right? When you want to do the fast work, when you want, like you should have means in one place you have libraries and executable environment, right? Means for example, if you are developing something, so you don't need to install libraries manually. So framework provide the libraries and executable platforms, means where you can develop your end-to-end project, where you can develop your end-to-end project without any support. Okay, end-to-end projects you can create through the framework because it provides library support, it provides execution environment. Okay, like that. So let's, okay, so let me write here. So framework is software which provides libraries and executable,
environment.
yes, or we can say executable or development environment to develop project or software, right? Right. So now let's talk about Python history. Okay. So we should know about language history a little bit. So when Python came into the picture, so we can say Python was conceived in the late 1980s by
So that's
Guido,
it.
yes, Guido van Rossum, right? So who is Guido van Rossum? Let's see Guido van Rossum. Who is this? So this is the person who designed the Python, okay, who designed the Python programming language. So Guido van Rossum, 1956 went to Python programming. Okay, so this is the person who has created Python programming language. Okay, so so Python is a successor of Python is a successor of the ABC programming language, right? So before Python, there was two languages in market.
Right?
One is
What
C
is the
language.
successor here?
Successor.
Then
Successor means let me just complete this, then I'll tell you. So there was a C language present in the market, right? And there is one more language called ABC, right? So this Guido van Rossum, so Guido van Rossum took some feature of this C language and took some feature of this ABC programming language, and with these two programming language he designed a new programming language, that is Python. Okay, so successor means like on the top of ABC programming language, on the top of a on at the top of ABC programming language, this person Guido van Rossum created one programming language which is Python, right? So successor means on the top of, है ना? ABC का सिंटेक्स और इसके हेल्प से पाइथन को बनाया है, that is means successor followed by, right? We can say, right? Is that clear?
okay, okay, clear.
Okay. So Python name is taken from where? Python name is taken from snake. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Python name is taken from snake. No, that is the wrong answer. Generally, people think Python name came from the snake. Okay, so
I think
there were
Python is taken from their a drama which
yes, that's
populated
true.
like that.
Okay, so there is a drama, there is a serial, and the serial name was Monty Python's Flying Circus. Okay, so he was the huge fan of this comedy show, which is Monty's Python Flying Circus. Okay, you can also watch this drama. Okay, so here, from this drama, he took which name? Python name. Okay, was because he was confused, like which name should I give this new programming language? So suddenly one name came in his brain, and he given that name to his new project. That new project is nothing but Python programming. Okay, so Python name came from where? Python name came from the Monty's Python Flying Circus. Correct? Okay. So what we have to say now? Hmm, It's not break it. Okay. So we can say Python name is taken from a comedy series called, what's the name of that series? Monty
Python's flying circus.
Python's
Flying circus.
Flying Circus. Right? So this name came from here, from the Flying Circus. Right? Now let's talk about Python version. Python versions. Okay. So what's the mean of version of Python?
Like features. Updating the versions means it will update it.
Okay. So there is iPhone 14. There is iPhone 15. So what's the difference between version? What's the why people are switching from previous version to new version?
Updated features.
Yes,
Smart features.
yes. We can say versions are nothing but changes.
See,
Changes.
like we
Yes,
have old days, we have only smart TVs. Now we have only black and white TVs.
yes.
After that, we are getting color
Yes.
TVs, and after that, smart TVs. Now we are getting Android TVs like this,
Mhm.
like that.
When we are shifting, okay. So when we are shifting old to new, okay. So what we are doing, we are changing the version. Version means version means nothing but changes in the previous version. Okay. If you are doing some changes in the existing project, So now your existing project, okay, so now this existing project which made some changes, it will become old. This will become old, and the changes happened in that projects, that will become new. Okay, so what I'm trying to say here, it means we can say versions versions are nothing but changes within Python language, right, or software, right? So Python comes with like three major versions. Okay, so Python has three major versions. We can say Python comes in three versions. Okay, so Python versions are like, you can say,
3.12, 3.13, 3.14, I think.
yes, we will discuss about that. That is the uh, next part you are speaking of that chapter. Okay, so Python comes with Python 1, Python comes with Python 2 version, Python comes with Python 3. Okay, till now these three versions released by the PSF, right? Till now these three versions released by the PSF. Who will tell me the full form of PSF? Who will tell me the full form of PSF, or what is PSF? Python software, F stand for foundation, right? So this PSF release three versions of Python. One is Python 1, Python 2, and Python 3. Okay, so Python 1 and Python 2, these two are outdated. Okay, these two versions are outdated. Companies are not working on Python 1 and Python 2. So companies are working on which version? Python 3, right? So there are two types of versions in Python. Okay, when we talk about Python version, so one is major major version, major release, and second one is minor release. Okay, so we'll discuss what is major and what is minor. Okay, so let's see here. So we can say 1 comma 2, or we can say Python 1, 2, and 3. Python 1, 2, and 3 are called major release, right? Or we can say major releases or versions of Python language. There is no compatibility between major versions. Can anyone tell me what's the mean of compatibility? What's the mean of compatibility? Compatibility means, for example, if you're writing code in Python, if you're writing code in Python 1, okay, so that code will be completely different from Python 2 version, right? So means your Python 1 software cannot support Python 2, and Python 2 software cannot support Python 1 software or Python 1 program. So there is no compatibility. Means like this compiler, the compiler of Python 2 cannot execute Python 1 programs, and similarly Python 1 compiler cannot execute Python 2 program. That is the mean of compatibility issue, right? Okay, so next we can say Python 1 and Python 2 are outdated and not used by software companies. Software companies currently working on which version?
3.
3.
Working on Python 3 versions, right? Okay, and there is one more point. There is compatibility between minor versions. Okay, so what is the mean of compatibility in minor versions? Compatibility in minor versions, and what are the minor versions are there? So minor versions are like, for example, I'm saying Python 3.1 or Python 3.2, right? Or we can say Python 3.14, like that. So Python 3, this is Python 3 version. Major, see, everyone, please focus here, all of you. Are you guys listening or sleeping?
Yes, I am listening.
Actively
No, no
listening,
listening.
everyone.
Listening, sir.
Okay, whenever you feel bored, just let me know. I will crack one joke so you guys will enjoy. Okay, but anyway, please listen this properly, because after uh, deep understanding of the fundamentals, we will do coding only, and in coding, you will not get a chance to come back to the fundamentals, right? So that is why fundamentals are important. Okay, so when we talk about um, minor version, so there are two things: one is major and one is minor, right? So what's the mean of major? Major means when there is a version called Python 1, Python 2. So such versions, such releases are known as major versions. Okay, so both are completely different. Python 1 is completely different, Python 2 is completely different, right? And there is no compatibility. If you feel like this Python 1 compiler can support Python 2, so it will not support, it will not compatible. But minor version means, minor means, for example, Python 1.1. Okay, Python 1.2. So after point, whatever the versions are coming, so these are the small changes in Python. Okay, when it is completely changing, for example, Python 1 and Python 2, so these are the major changes. When there is a major changes in software, there is no similarity. But when there are minor release, these are what minor release. When there are minor release, so softwares will not change so many things. Okay, it will change some features. It will change some features means both are compatible. So if you will execute Python 1.1 code on Python 1.2, it more likely can execute. Okay, I'm not saying 100% will execute, but sometime it can execute, sometime it will not execute. But here there is a guarantee it will not execute, but here are chances, because there are small changes we are doing under one release, right? So let's talk about more into it. So in order to discuss more into it, we have to understand one technical document released by the developers while there are changes in the versions. When there are changes in the versions, so there is a technical document written by the developer to accept those changes by the PSF. Okay, so let's talk about what is that document. So that document name is PEP. The document name is PEP. So what is the mean of PEP? PEP means Python Enhancement Proposal. Okay. Okay. For example, let's suppose Sangeeta and Bhavani both are the developer of Python, and they want, like, now I fed up with Python. What is the current version of Python? 3.14, correct? So they guys feeling bored after using this version, and they want to change in this version because they face some issues. They uh, they notice some bugs in this software. So when they want to do change in this version, so there is a question: do you want major changes? Do you want major changes or do you want minor changes? Okay,
minor
so
changes.
whatever changes you want, Sangeeta and Bhavani. Okay, so whatever
But
changes you want, for those changes,
Minor
for
changes.
okay, so if you want minor changes or major changes, whatever changes you want in this version, for that you will write this PEP, and that PEP you will write for enhancement in this language, right? So PEP is what? Python Enhancement Proposal, right? So PEP submitted to the PSF, Python Software Foundation, and this foundation is what? This foundation will review your changes, and it will release the new version accordingly. If there are issues in previous version, it will release the new version. So this is how developers write PEP, because this is what PSF is, what open source, there is no money you need to pay. So how they are working: some companies fund to this organization, some developer contribute to this organization, because many of the developers using Python for their software development. So they don't want to, like we can say, they don't want to lose Python. That is why they contribute to the PSF. Okay, so let's go back to the discussion. So what is PEP? Okay, so PEP means PP stand for Python Enhancement. Who will tell? Pankaj, Bhavani, Sangeeta, Swati, guys.
Python enhancement proposal.
Proposal. Yes, yes. Last P stand for proposal. Okay. So we can say it is a technical document which consists of changes done within Python language, right? Hope you're understanding this. Okay.
Yes,
So,
understanding.
okay, that's great. So, what are the features of the Python? Let's talk about features of the Python. Python features. Okay, so what are the features of the Python? Features are what? Features are the facilities. Features are the facilities provided by the language. For example, there is an iPhone. Okay, so if you are buying iPhone and there is one keypad phone. Okay, so there are two phones. So this phone, this iPhone is having its own features, and this phone also have its own features. Okay, so based on the features of the gadget, we will choose to buy a particular phone. Okay, so features means the facilities provided by the device to the user, right? And the Python features means the facilities provided by the Python language to whom? To programmer. So what facilities provided by the Python to the programmers are? So you can write here simply, you can note here simply, Python features are nothing but Python features are nothing but facilities provided by Python language to software developers. Okay, so what are those features? What are those features? The first feature is Python is what? Easy, right? Why we are choosing Python to learn as a first language? Because Python language is easy. Even 6th grade or 8th grade or 10th grade student can learn Python nowadays. Okay, so it is too simple. So Python is easy, or we can say simple. Next feature of the Python is what? Free and open source. Who will tell me what's the mean of free and what's the mean of open source?
No need for the any money for download for Python.
Okay, that's true. That's true. You don't need to pay any money, means no money, no money to pay. Okay, to download the Python. So what does it mean? It means free or open source. So no money pay means it is free. Okay,
Uh,
I got free. What's the mean of open source here?
mm,
Like
mm,
software with
for the
publicly
Google.
accessible source code. Accessible source code.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So see, Python software code freely accessible for developers. For developers. Okay, so freely accessible means what? Freely accessible, it doesn't means downloading the software. It means there is, for example, you have created one language, you have created a language called Python, and there is a code, because if you created one software, Python is also a software, right? So this the
Like anyone can view and anyone can use,
yes,
maybe.
so Python source code, Python code are available. For example, if you are writing program to add two numbers, if you're writing programs to add two numbers, so will you write some code? Yes or no? You will write some code for adding two numbers. Similarly, when Guido and Rossum created the Python language, he written some code, right? So that code he given publicly to everyone. So what Guido and Rossum said, here is the code, here is the code. Whatever changes you want to do in this code, you can freely do. I will not ask any money, right? And if you want to use this code for your specific reason, you can use. So that is means free and open source. For example, some Java developer uses Python code, used Python code, and with the combination of Java and Python, they have created one new language. That new language is what? Jython. Okay, they have created one new language called Jython. Okay, so if you are feeling it is funny, you can search here. Okay, Python, or we can say simply we can search here Jython language. Okay, so Jython is an implementation of Python programming language that's run on Java platform on JVM. It allows developers to write Pythons using Python simple syntax and seamlessly integrated with the extensible libraries and environment of Java. Okay, so means what they done, Java developers created a new language which is Jython. Okay, and this Jython language is the combination of Python and Java, because the code is freely available. Python code is freely available. That is why they had designed new language which is Jython, which can run on their JVM platform. Right? Okay. So is that clear? Free and open source. What's the mean of free and open source?
Yes, clear.
Okay. So don't say freely available. Don't say like we can download freely. That is a different thing, right? And the next feature of the Python is it provide large standard libraries. When you will download the Python software, you will get standard libraries freely, right? And next feature of the Python is what? Platform independent, right? So Python code can execute on any machine. That is what? Platform independent means. Python software you can execute on Windows, you can execute on Linux, you can execute on Mac OS. That is what platform independent. Next feature is dynamic. Okay, dynamic means, for example, if you have worked previously on C language, if you worked previously on C language, right? So on C language, whenever you want to create a variable, you need to define. For example, A is equals to 10 I am writing. So that is not correct according to C language. It is what? It is an error. This is an error as per the C language syntax. So how what's the mean of dynamic and why this is error? Because C language says whenever you are writing value, whenever you are giving any value, assign this into a variable. That is true, but also mention the type of this variable based on what value you are assigning. So this is what integer type of value. So this variable type, we will say this variable type is what? This variable type is what? Integer, int. So now it is what? It is correctly written. So dynamic means you don't need to define this type. Language can automatically understand it, right? So in python we don't need to mention. For example, if you are assigning value like a is equals to 10, so it language will understand automatically this is integer value. When you are assigning b equals to 10.5, so language will understand this is what float value. When you are assigning name is equals to abc, so language will understand automatically this is the string value. Okay, so we'll discuss about data types in upcoming sessions, right? So then we will clear this. But dynamic means it automatically understand the data type. And second is what, there is a garbage collection. Garbage collection means, for example, let's suppose, okay, okay, so for example, you have created, let's see here guys, garbage collection what it do. For example, you have defined here a is equals to 10, b is equals to 20, c equals to 30, right? And you have written add equals to a plus b, and you have completed your program. But pvm is what, python virtual machine will check whether this variable used in the program or not. Yes, this variable used in the program, where it is used, here. This second variable used in the program, yes, this is also used. Okay, and this add is also using because it is containing the result. But is there any variable which never used? So here is the variable which never used. So garbage collector will come into the picture and remove this variable from the memory. Why? Because it never used. Okay, I'm just giving you a simple example for understanding, but there is a big concept, big picture of the garbage collector. But right now, for understanding purpose, you can understand this. Okay, dynamic. And next is what, portable. Okay, portable means, your python code. For example, you have created python project, right? You have created python project. So that project you can shift from one machine to another machine without any specific requirement. So that is the mean of portable. Means if you are writing project on one machine, that project can execute on different machine after installing python software. So that is the mean of portable. And there is one more feature which is high level. Python is what, high level language. Next is what we can say, object oriented. Next is what,
Interpreted language.
extensible. Okay, python is what, interpreted language. That is also, yes, we can say. And there is one more feature which is what, python is what, extensible. What's the mean of extensible? Okay, extensible I have written. Extensible means with python software you can create another software as well. As I told you here, with python, with java plus python combination, we have created one more software which is Jython. So that is what, extension. We are extending the python code with another code. Okay, so python is extensible, or we can say python is what, robust. Robust means powerful language. Okay, powerful language means, does it go to the gym for workout? No. Powerful, then what is the mean of powerful? Powerful means you can design. Robust means you can design secure application. Robust means you can design which application? You can design secure application, secure apps. Okay. For example, if you are working on banking domain softwares, so banking related applications required huge security, so that you can do in Python, because Python is powerful. Powerful means robust, okay, and embedded. Embeddable means, what's the mean of embeddable? What's the mean of embeddable? Embeddable means you can link Python language into another language. Okay, so for example, if you are writing here program in Java language, okay, abc dot java, okay, and here Java code written,
15,000 क्वांटिटी हुआ है करते
right?
रहे
And in this,
सात
in
सौ
the,
बानवे मेरे में है और
uh,
उसमें 700-750 है
who is,
टोटल
can you
आइटम
please go
और
on mute?
क्वांटिटी 7400 मेरे में 7200 उसमें है
Can you please go on mute, Pankaj? Yes, okay, thank you.
सर नेक्स्ट दिन होगा यहाँ से सर।
Sorry,
सर बोल रहा हूँ सर नेक्स्ट दिन होगा यहाँ से।
I'm not getting you. Come again, please. Okay, so abc.java. This is what? Java code. The code written in Java language. But if you are able to embed your Python language code as well here, so that is what Python is what embedded. Embedded means inserting your code, your one language code into another language code. Okay, that is known as embeddable. Embeddable means the scripting language. Scripting language
Like
work. Okay,
allowing the host applications, I think so.
allowing what?
Host applications like C, C++.
Yes, yes. Let me give you simple example so everyone can understand. Let's suppose there is one code written. We have written HTML code. So in HTML code we are writing. Okay. So in HTML code we can link one code which is JavaScript code. In HTML we can link JavaScript. So JavaScript is what? Embeddable. Embeddable means we are inserting a language into another language. That is what embedding. So JavaScript is a programming language. Programming and scripting, right? And we can say Python. Python also. Python can also work as a programming language. Python can also work as a scripting language. Understanding, guys? So Python is can also work as a scripting language. Okay, Python used in web scraping. Python used for creating automation tasks. Okay, so that's all for today, guys. And there is one more information I have to share with you. So you guys kindly make sure that by today, I mean by tomorrow, you will complete one work. Means everyone should have your hacker rank profile. Okay, what you have to do, you have to search hacker rank on Google, right? So on hacker rank you have to create your profile, because we will practice on hacker rank as well in upcoming sessions. So you guys be ready with your hacker rank profile. So let me just add. Just wait, let me just. Okay, so it is going down. No, Okay, anyway, we can erase it, no worries. Or should we erase, or just looking fine here? Let me insert a new page. Okay, anyway. Okay, so what I'm trying to say, guys, are you listening, everyone? Don't go, we are about to end the session, right? But before ending the session, let's talk some important. Okay, so the first task is what? Your task is create hacker rank profile, hacker rank account, right? So what you have to do, on Google you will search what? You will search hacker rank, and here you have to go to this particular link, right? So once you will click on this link, it will display you this screen, right? So on this screen, what you have to do, so on this screen you have to click on create a free account. If you don't have any account, you will create a free account. If you already have account, what you will do, you will click on login, right? So I do have already an account, so what I will do, I'll click on login, right? So after that you will see this screen. So on this screen, what you have to do, you have to select one option, login for developer, right? So here on this screen you have to go with this option, login for developer, right? And after this, once you will click on it, right, so you will see this screen. Okay, so on this screen, if you will scroll down, you will see practice skills, right? In the practice skills you will see different languages. So which language you need to choose? You need to choose the language which we are currently learning. Okay, so currently we are learning which language we are. So
Python.
yes, we are learning Python. So there is what practice skills, and we have to practice this Python, right? So once you will go with Python, right? So once you will click here, you will see this many programs. Okay, and here you will see status means it will display whatever program you have solved. If you will click here, because this is a new account I have created, so I can't show you here solved program. And when you will click on unsolved, so it will display all the unsolved. Okay, and these are the some more filters. When you want to practice basics only, so you can click here, so it will display you all the basics problem. But when you will click on Python basics, so it will display you Python basic problem. Okay, so like if else arithmetic operators, like that it will display, right? So once you will go to the prepare with Python language, so after that what you have to do next is, you have to understand these filters. Okay, and here are the programs. You can see what this program is. Say hello world with Python. So how you will say hello world with Python? This is the challenge. Okay, and this is the easy challenge, and you can click on this button to solve this challenge, right? And there are other challenges like Python if else. Right now you don't need to solve those many, because once we will start those topics, then we will come here again, right? So let me show you how to solve the, just I'm giving you just a demo only, nothing much. So they given here one problem statement. The problem statement is extremely easy. They want to just print hello world. They are saying your output, your sample output should be like this. Okay, so what can I do? I will delete this everything from here, right? So if I will write here print hello world, so what will happen guys? If I will run this code, will it execute or will it display error? There are two things: either it can display error, either it can execute properly. When you are bringing this output, when your output is same as this output, then it will display not error. So if you will run this code, it is saying test case sample test case 0, and it is saying wrong answer, although we are writing here hello world, but it is not matching as per this output. So what they are saying, your h should be capital and this comma should be there. After o there is comma, so you don't need to skip such things, and w should be capital, right? So if I will click on run code, so it is processing. Now it is saying congratulations, your challenge has been executed. Right now you can submit the code. Okay, so so successfully, compiler message is what successfully, and it is showing congratulations because we have submitted the code, right? So these are the things we will do in upcoming sessions, but make an habit to go with this flow. And one more thing guys, are you listening me everyone? Please confirm.
Yes, yes.
Okay, next thing is create your LinkedIn profile. Next, this is the time. From the initial stage we will work on LinkedIn. Okay, so this is what activity 1, activity 1,
कुछ लक्ष्य में नहीं आएगा
right?
फटाफट कोड बना दो ना लक्ष्य
And there is, please go on mute,
आज तो तुम
activity, activity 2. So activity 2 is create your LinkedIn profile. Okay, so if you already have LinkedIn profile, kindly follow me on LinkedIn, right? Because once we will clear this basics, we will post on LinkedIn our progress. If you will not post your progress on LinkedIn, means it is useless to gather the knowledge if you are not showing. Okay, because we are doing all the efforts for the job perspective, so that is why we should have LinkedIn. And you guys please share, I mean send me the connection request so that I can track your progress as well, right? And I will tell you how to make your LinkedIn better, how to add the features, right? How, and we will do the post also. Okay, whatever work we will do, we will post accordingly. So as you can see here my experience and all, so till now I have worked with I do have 10 experience, 10 different experiences, and we will post like this. Whatever work we will do, whatever project will work we will do, we will post something like this with video link, source code link, right? So you should have at least your LinkedIn profile. If you don't know, then use ChatGPT and ask how to create LinkedIn profile and come with your profile. And I'm sharing my LinkedIn ID with you guys so that you guys can share me the connection request. So here is the LinkedIn ID. Okay, and in upcoming session I will tell you more platforms where you have to make your presence, but till now this much progress is enough, right? Okay, so does anyone have any doubt? Can we end the session now?
Yes.
हेलो सर।
Yes, Sobik, please tell me.
सर बोल रहा हूँ सर, आज का जो नोट और जो क्लास का रिकॉर्डिंग सर कहाँ से मिलेगा?
देखो क्लास का रिकॉर्डिंग यू कैन नॉट एक्सेस, बिकॉज
ओके
रिकॉर्डिंग
सर।
उन्हीं को मिलेगा जो रिकॉर्डिंग के लिए एलिजिबल है। बाकी नोट्स यू कैन गेट, आई विल ऐड यू इन द ग्रुप सो दैट यू कैन get all the notes.
ओके सर।
Right, sir.
Yes, Pankaj.
Yesterday we discussed you did not able to install the Jupyter.
Yes,
Although
yes.
I have installed the Jupyter when
Mm-hmm.
launching,
Mm-hmm.
it's opening a browser, but getting a message file not found. It may be moved or edit or delete.
Okay, so you can check after writing this. For example, I'm writing here CMD. On CMD, you just check Conda.
एक
Hyphen
नोट कर
hyphen
लीजिएगा,
version.
1/257
Okay,
3
make sure whether it is displaying the version to you. It means your environment variable has set up, right? If it is not set up, then you need to set it up so that you can get proper launching, right? So for example, I'm writing here Anaconda Python or Anaconda Navigator. So what I will do, I will open file location. From here I will go to the again file location, right? And here you can see, okay, so there is Conda 3. Okay, let me just check my environment variable setup. So okay, so just from here you have to copy the path, but I think you have to copy the scripts. Okay, I'm a little bit confused. Let me just check on Google. uh, Anaconda Python environment setup. Did you check like whether it's showing the version of your Anaconda Python?
No, I did not check. Let me check
Okay, you
once.
just check it. Okay, remaining students, you guys may leave the class because it's already more than uh, an hour. So you guys can leave if you don't have any doubt. Okay, those who have doubt, those can stay.
एक आइटम कोड लिख लीजिए, 5000
Five.
000
Hmm.
35354।
Okay.
लो, वैसे ही बोलूँ, इससे आएगा।
Hmm.
354 हो गया, 403 194।